Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. So again, it's clear that thanks to Baucus over there in the Baucus caucus in the Senate Finance Committee, Barkey now has his strategy is clear. We even have Henry Aaron of the Brookings Institution, a pro-democratic think tank, telling you what Obama's going to do. And he says, I would put up a bold front of wanting a public option, and at the end of the day, I would say, Mr. Grassley and Mr. Enzi, two Republican senators, in the name of unity and Republican support and bipartisanship, I will give it up if you climb on board. So there it is. That's exactly what he's going to do. If he's going to get anything, I don't even know if he can get that at this point, but there'll be a compulsion to buy insurance, and there'll be no public option to buy it from. So you will be skinned alive by derivatives bankrupted private insurance companies. And we even see in the Washington Post, experts note that Massachusetts has achieved near universal coverage without a real public option. And the screams from the Bay State, I would add, are audible wherever you go. Now remember, Obama bailing out Wall Street, $24 trillion. Destroying Detroit, driving the auto industry into bankruptcy, busting the UAW, driving down wages and working conditions, speed up and all the rest. AFT, American Federation of Teachers, being destroyed by Arnie Donovan. The betrayal of single payer, the betrayal of the government plan. We have Conyers, Congressman Conyers, the head of the finance of the House Judiciary Committee, has said he is the most disappointed with Obama, and that Obama's health care plan is junk. Junk, says Conyers, speaking at Busboys and Poets here. Get a full rundown on that at the Black Agenda report from Glenn Ford and his excellent team over there. We had a stimulus package which was very, very short on infrastructure. We had $70 billion maybe of infrastructure in it. We should have had $500 billion of infrastructure to create capital goods and permanently increase the productivity of labor. Obama has betrayed everybody on foreclosures. He has betrayed everybody on the mortgage cram down. He has betrayed organized labor on the card check. In foreign policy, we've got the escalation of Afghanistan into a major bloodbath, as big or worse than Iraq. Right now, as big, shortly worse. Biden, the provocateur, running around Georgia and Ukraine with his anti-Russian tirade. So this is a disaster. So if you don't fight this now inside the Democratic Party probably doomed, and then you'll have the Republican dictatorship. I'm sorry it had to come to this. I told you not to do it. I was publishing essays starting in January of 2008. Obama's a Wall Street puppet. But again, they're blinded by hate, just as the people, the Republicans, a lot of the Republican base are so blinded by hate of Obama. Some people are blinded by fear of what Obama's going to do to them. The point is, don't throw yourselves into the arms of the reactionary Republicans. Now, today, unemployment allegedly down. Unemployment down from 9.5% to 9.4%. This is baloney. I would call it globaloney. These figures are obviously cooked and then massaged. And what I'm sure we're going to hear later on is the Labor Department has revised its employment figures for the month of July 2009, revised upwards. There's also seasonal. Notice that the employment base increases in the summer because of various kinds of things going on, construction and other kinds of building best done in the summer. So if the base increases, the same amount of unemployment might, or even increased unemployment will give you a smaller percentage. But I think it's mainly cooked. Yesterday, Thursday, we had unemployment new claims. In other words, people filing for the first time for unemployment benefits. 540,000. That was only 40,000 less than the week before. However, if you listen to ABC television news, ABC radio news, NPR, PBS, and many, many others, I'm sure, they wouldn't tell you that it was 540,000 new claims. They only focused on the 40,000 fewer. So this is obvious war. This is mass brainwashing. And we've got the same thing going on, right? We're supposed to be dancing because it's only 9.4% unemployment and not 9.5. Well, this is baloney. Barkey is going to be crowing this afternoon. Last week he was crowing about the alleged 1% decline in the gross domestic product, which was less than he thought. And today he'll be saying we got 0.1% unemployment less. Maybe he'll cite the fact that AIG is profitable. Man, when AIG is profitable, you know that cooking and massaging are going on a grand scale. Let's look rather at the euphoria, right? We've got a real euphoria of the finance oligarchs, right? Larry Kudlow says the new bull market is here, the new speculative bubble. We've had 4 weeks of gains in Wall Street. Wall Street today is at yearly highs. Of course, underneath it all, we've got this continuing weakness of the Treasury. Just take the last week. The 30-year long bond of the U.S. Treasury has gone from 4.35% interest to 4.60 and oscillating up there. A choppy market, but still going up 0.25% in 1 week. Doesn't look too good. A few more weeks like that. This indicates that the proclivity of people to hold this is declining. Remember, the poor Treasury has to sell $400 billion of Treasury securities per month. They sell them every 2 weeks. So it's $200 billion every 2 weeks, $400 billion per month. How long can they keep that up? When will the market be sated? Interesting questions. Now, we've also got potential political dynamite of the largest type. Larry Summers, the derivatives king who destroyed the Harvard endowment, and Geithner, the tax cheat, have both suggested last Sunday that a middle-class tax increase is in the cards. This is, of course, the ballon d'essai, the trial balloon of these oligarchical spokespersons representing Wall Street, each of them. This indicates further shipwreck of the Obama administration. If they try to come out with a middle-class tax hike, the political damage will be enormous. Why do they want this? Because bigger and better bailouts for Wall Street are in the offing. We've also got a crisis of the U.S. Postal Service. It's being attributed to the Internet. I say baloney. It's a depression. These are the kinds of physical indicators, things like freight car loadings, truck loadings, physical volume questions that loom very, very large. And if we've got a sharp decline in the number of pieces of mail, that's not just the Internet. That's the fact that we have a depression going on. So we're told Barkey on the healthcare front, Barkey met with the gang of six, the six moderates, the gang of agents of the healthcare insurance companies in the past couple of days. So again, I repeat, healthcare is a right. You have a right to health care under natural law, under God's law, if you like. And of course, it evolves. It doesn't stay the same. Perhaps all of this, in the background, we have Geithner with his tirade full of expletives. Remember Nixon and expletive deleted. Geithner's whole speech is now going to be expletive deleted, beep, 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 beep. Geithner invited a group of regulators, including Bernanke, the head of the Federal Reserve, Sheila Bair of the FDIC, to a meeting of the Treasury, I believe last Friday, a week ago today, and a tirade of verbal abuse punctuated with expletives and obscenities. Is this simply a turf war about regulatory matters, or is it something bigger? Is it perhaps the defection of Saudi Arabia? Is it incipient hyperinflation that's got Timmy's goat? We'll be back in a minute.